Whew. Have you guys ever heard about this thing called crack? They just turned crack into a video game. Okay, Marvel Rivals is the brand new free-to-play Overwatch-style hero shooter set in the Marvel multiverse. It has a lot of Marvel characters. It has a really cool art style that looks just like the Spider-Verse movies, which are my shit. The maps are destructible and they look really cool. It has a cute shark that swims around and eats people. It has lots of really hunky dudes. Lots of characters to play. All free. None of them are locked behind a paywall. The only microtransactions in the game so far are purely cosmetic, which is f***ing awesome. This game just came out 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I've been playing the shit out of this game, okay? I have almost 50 hours in it so far, so that means I must like it, right? Well, you know, the truth is, that's a very hard question for me to answer. It's a question I have to constantly ask myself when I'm playing this game. What's great about the game are the DPS characters, or what they call the duelist class in the game. There's 18 duelists and they're all really fun to play. They do so much damage. They just zip in and out and all over the place. They have really cool powers and abilities, and most of them are completely broken, but in a way that makes them really fun. Magic is probably my favorite one. If the match calls for a more melee crowd control approach, she has this huge fucking sword that she swings around and kills people with. She can teleport and then spin around. She can dash forward and slash people up into the air. Hela from Thor is another one of my favorites. She throws knives at people and getting headshots with them is so satisfying. And her ultimate, where she just goes up and says, "Hell unleashed," and just throws more knives at people. She does so much damage. Star-Lord is in this game. He zips around like crazy. He shoots at people. He does this cool move where he goes like pew 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 pew. Squirrel Girl is a pretty interesting character. She shoots these acorns that just bounce around and explode. She's really good for dealing with crowd control. If she's fighting like a group of enemies, she's really good. But if she's trying to hit just one person, it's really hard. Moonlight is in this game. He has a lot of tools at his disposal. He has a grappling hook and he can glide around the map. He throws these shurikens that bounce off of people, which are really good for hitting people behind corners. And the sound effect they make when they bounce off of one person to another is really satisfying. Everyone wants to play Spider-Man, obviously. He just swings around the map like he's fucking crazy, but nobody except the enemy team actually knows how to play him well. Hawkeye is basically a mid to long range sniper, except you don't have to aim because his arrows are complete fucking bullshit. He doesn't require any skill to play. But Hawkeye actually takes a lot of skill to play. But that's just how third person shooters work. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I swear to fucking Christ. Look at this footage, okay? Look at this footage. Look at where the arrow is going. It didn't hit Elsa. It hit the fucking floor. That's complete bullshit. That wasn't an exploding arrow, okay? I didn't just see that. That wasn't like a hallucination. I don't have schizophrenia. I don't know anything about schizophrenia. Stop saying I have schizophrenia. I swear to fucking Christ. They have Iron Man, Iron Fist, Black Widow, Black Panther. They have Scarlet Witch, Psylocke, Storm, Wolverine, the Punisher, the Winter Soldier. They have so many DPS characters and they're all really fun to play. I could just go on and on about them. As for the other classes though, they only have 8 tanks and 7 healers who are really fun to play until you realize that you're just playing against bots in quick play. That's the reason you find matches fucking instantly. That's the reason there's only a loading screen in competitive mode. That's the reason why when you lose 2 or 3 times in a row, suddenly you get matched with an enemy team who just sucks ass and you just fucking slay them like crazy. It's just zero competition and you get MVP. When I first started playing this game, I was thinking to myself, man, this game is just too easy. for me. I was just slaying nerds like crazy. And my friend Jake, he was like, no, it's not easy. You're just really good at video games. And I was like, yeah, you know, that's true. That's true. But then I saw this footage on Reddit of someone spectating the enemy team in quick play, and they were all just following the exact same path and clipping into each other. And it's like, dude, you can't tell me that's it. Like, look at that. You can't tell me that's what normal human players act like. It's pretty easy to check for bots yourself. If you go to your match history, the bots in the game all have their profiles set to private, so you can't view their game careers, but you can for real players. If you spectate the enemy team, all the characters who move at similar speeds always seem to get grouped together and they stay right next to each other. They kind of just line up and follow the same path. They always turn at the exact same point at the exact same time. I also saw this clip of someone who rushed really far ahead at the beginning of the game as Spider-Man and hid outside the enemy base by climbing on the ceiling, and somehow the enemy team knew exactly where he was the second they stepped outside. Their camera instantly panned over to Spider-Man in a really robotic way, and it's pretty lame, honestly, because it's just so unnecessary. It's not like there's a lack of players for you to get matched with. There's so many people playing this game right now. Marvel or NetEase, they just want to match you with these bots that play really bad, so it makes you feel like you're really good at the game, so it'll make you want to invest more time in the game, and it'll make you more likely to buy their cosmetics and battle passes. And it's like, damn, man, it was a ruse. They lied to me on the Steam page when it says it was a PvP hero shooter. It turns out it's only PvP sometimes. Basically, if you want to actually get better at the game and play against real players for sure, then only play in competitive mode. That's what I do. Quick play is easy mode. It's good for little kids who just want to play as Spider-Man, but in competitive mode, that's when you see the true colors of this game. And it gets really frustrating to play because going back to the healers and tanks, they all suck. Nobody wants to play those. The tank characters sound cool at first. Thor, Doctor Strange, Captain America, Hulk, Magneto. Those characters sound like awesome characters to play as in a video game. They have to be fun, right? But then you realize that in this game, all of their attacks are just so slow, and they do such little damage, and their range is just slightly too short to the point where you just want to rip the eyeballs out of your sockets and throw them at the computer. In the movies and comics, Captain America's whole thing is throwing his shield at people. It's part of his theme song, but in the game, he just slowly punches people, and he can throw his shield once every 6 seconds. Just like the movie, Magneto's power is to control metal. In the movies, he lifts submarines, bridges, a fucking football stadium. He can rip the iron from people's blood. But in this game, he just shoots these tiny clumps of metal and tin cans at people really slowly, and he gives them shields. Other characters in the game who have metal, like Iron Man and Wolverine, he can't do anything cool with them. It'd be really cool if he could like pick them up and throw them around, but he can't, because that would make playing as Magneto actually fun. Doctor Strange does some crazy shit in the movies and comics, but in this game, he just shoots these really slow little sparks at people really slowly. He has a shield, and for his ultimate, he can use the time stone, the Eye of Agamotto, to freeze people in time for only 3 seconds.
By the Eye of Agamotto.
He also has this portal that's kind of cool, but he can only use it once every 3 minutes, and it only lasts for 20 seconds. And whenever he uses it, it completely tanks your FPS. On a side note, the performance in this game isn't great. A lot of people seem to be having issues with it, myself included. Now, I should clarify that I have a fucking monster computer, okay? Cut to the GeForce, what was it? It was like a 4080. GeForce RTX 4080. Okay, literally 40. It wasn't just the 4080, it was the 4080 Super. Okay, so I should be able to run this game at maximum settings, no problem. But the truth is, I can only get a stable frame rate if I set the game to medium or high settings. And the game looks great, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't look that great to the point where even my build should be having issues with it. Honestly, I had a much more stable experience when I was playing Cyberpunk 2077, and that game is fucking huge. That's a much hungrier game than this should be. When I first launched the game, it crashed when it was compiling the video shaders, which is an issue the launcher actually warns you about. I guess the game has a problem with the latest Intel processors, but I could only get the game to work after I went to the website and followed this guide and downloaded the software to actually underclock my PC, which is really strange. I feel like I shouldn't have to do that. They should probably fix that. I guess my computer is just too powerful for Marvel Rivals. Yeah, isn't that right? You're just too powerful. They just can't handle you. They just don't understand. Anyway, Hulk. In the comics, Hulk fucking throws cars at people, levels entire buildings. I mean, he's the Hulk, right? But in this game, he just lightly taps people, then he shrinks back to Bruce Banner and dies. The only tanks I like playing in this game are Thor, even though his ultimate fucking sucks, and Venom, because he has a really whenever I play with my friend Jake, I have to psychologically manipulate him into playing as Tank. I have to say like, hey Jake, you know, Captain America is really fun, actually. Do you like Captain America? You should play Captain America. He's actually the best character in the game. Yeah, he's actually the most fun character in the game. But he's like, no man, playing as Doctor Strange sucks. I want to play as Moon Knight or Psylocke. So I'm like, fuck. That leaves me, naturally, as the only tank on the team, and I have to do these mental gymnastics to convince myself that I'm having fun while playing tank. Like, I like Doctor Strange in the movies. He's pretty cool. I should want to play Doctor Strange. Yeah, I think I'll play Doctor Strange. The team needs there to be a tank, so I should be the tank. I want to be the tank. Being a tank is fun, but I gotta be honest, I'm never playing tank because I want to play them. I'm playing it because the whole team will lose if someone doesn't, and everyone else on the team wants to play the actually fun characters like Iron Man or Star-Lord. And then there's the healers in the game, or the strategists as the game called them, who are even more vital to the team and even less fun to play. Even though Jeff the Shark is really cute, and when he swims around he says dun 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 dun, and like his ultimate when he swallows people and spits them out is cool as long as there's a cliff nearby. But I'm sorry, there's just nothing fun about following your brain dead team of 5 DPS characters who rush so far ahead and die instantly and then blame you for not healing them. And so I'm like, where was my heals, bro? What the fuck? Our healer fucking sucks. The people you get matched with in this game drive me fucking insane, dude. Listen, if you choose to play DPS and nothing but DPS, I'm sorry, but you have 0 bargaining chips on what your other team members should do, okay? Your opinion is less than nothing. Stop saying, where was my heals, bro? Stop saying, we could actually use a healer this match. Actually, we could use a healer or a tank who's actually good. Yeah, we could. Maybe you should try playing them, fuck ass. Like, the sheer fucking gall these people have drives me fucking insane. Like, woo! Woo! What the fuck? Multiple times I've seen the team insult the healer, myself included, to the point where the healer says, you know what? Fuck you, okay? I'm not playing healer anymore. I'm just gonna play as Spider-Man. No more healing for the rest of the match. Fuck all of you. GG. And then we all get booted back to Bronze 3. And honestly, I can't even blame them. It's not their fault playing as tank or healer sucks. It's just not fun. What's fun about the game is getting kills and getting MVP at the end for having the most kills. And the easiest and most fun way to do that is by playing DPS. The only tanks and healers people want to play are the ones that can get you the most kills. Looking at these characters in the character select screen, you're just looking at tanks and healers like, which one is almost as fun as playing as DPS? If the game doesn't add more tanks and healers or find a way to make the ones we have already more fun, i.e. giving them faster shooting, giving them more damage, then I kind of feel like this game will end up being known for having one of the most toxic player bases in the Hall of Fame amongst other games like League of Legends, Valorant, or Overwatch. Dude, what the fuck is this website? Top 10 most toxic gaming communities and how to deal with them. Call of Duty. Level of toxicity, very high. Main toxic behavior traits. Sexism, racism, Minecraft. Level of toxicity, moderate. Main toxic behavior. I think it was a mistake for them to release the game with 18 DPS characters. Like, that's more characters than the amount of healers and tanks combined. That's way too much. I hope they rethink about adding more, at least now. I think with a few tweaks, some of the DPS characters could probably become tanks or healers. Like Magic, she attacks pretty slow and her range isn't the best. Maybe she could be a tank. Wolverine as well. Namor might make a good healer. You could keep him with having the like squid turrets. Alternatively, I think this entire problem could be avoided if they just added a separate game mode for duelists only, okay? Just make it the exact same as the normal game mode, but have no tanks, no healers, and have automatic regenerating health. That's really all they need to do. They could do it like how Fortnite has build and zero build game modes. If they added that, that would be the only game mode I ever played. That or just add more tanks or healers that are actually fun. I mean, it's not like there's a lack of characters for them to choose from. Anyway, I'm rating the game a 2 out of 5. It's a tough rating, I know, but I'm giving it because I care. It's a good game. It's one of the best free games out there at the moment, but it could be better. I want it to be better. I don't want to see this game end up like League of Legends or Overwatch. As for whether I'd recommend playing it, well, that's like asking whether I would recommend smoking crack cocaine. Is it really addicting and fun? Yeah, but it's probably not good for you. So yeah, Jarvis, post this clip to YouTube. Oh man, this stuff went everywhere.